The School House Creek Vineyard is located in Dry Creek Valley in the Sonoma County. So this vineyard is really close to Lake Sonoma. It's absolutely spectacular. And being located next to this lake and the creeks around it, it really helps the vineyard give it more of a Mediterranean climate. School House Creek runs right along and joins up with Dry Creek. This creek actually got its name from an old schoolhouse that was right at that junction. This was back in the 1800s. So this vineyard's just over 13 acres, and we have planted there mostly Zinfandel. Zinfandel has a rich history with the Sattui winery. It actually dates back all the way to our founding winery in San Francisco. We were purchasing Zinfandel from this area of St. Helena and bringing it all the way down to San Francisco and processing the fruit into wine over there. We just purchased this vineyard recently. Here at Sattui, we have a good portfolio of different Zinfandels, and many of them are old vine or ancient vine. We keep coming across these vineyards that we've established a good relationship with, and eventually the growers start pulling these vineyards out because they're not making as much fruit, so the yields are going down, or it's more of a prime location to grow a different variety. And so we're getting tired of losing these amazing properties that are part of history. Us being able to acquire this vineyard makes it so that we have control over it. And so this is our first old vine Zinfandel that is going to be an estate vineyard for Sattui Winery.
There's a beautiful spring right up here above us that covers this whole hillside with water underneath. And these vines, look at them, they're still in great shape. It's a very special spot. Just a minimal fertilizer and pruning, and always dry farm vineyard, you need to cultivate it every year, so there's no competition from the grasses and weeds.
What's really unique about this property is that these vines are dry farm, so that means we don't need to irrigate. So it's really a sustainable way of being able to produce a wine. With water being so precious these days, it's hard to find properties that would actually irrigate themselves like this. And so it's helping us in our initiative of going green and being sustainable. And this is just a great vineyard that we have added to our portfolio. So this vineyard has minimal intervention as a grape grower. And so you're really tasting what these vines have to offer and taste like. Old vine is at least 50 years old. So that means these vines were planted 50 years ago. Over time, these vines, as they age, they start to produce less and less fruit, so the yields go down. This really concentrates all those flavors and gives you such amazing portfolio of all these amazing fruits going on in the aromas. Dry Creek Valley has many different varieties, but the one that's planted the most is actually Zinfandel. It's just such a prime location to be able to grow this variety. The School House Creek Vineyard really showcases it even more, just because of its orientation of exposure to sun, the alluvial gravel soil that you have there. It's just such a beautiful place to grow Zinfandel. You can see immediately in the color, the intensity and richness that comes from these vines. It really just opens up that world of Dry Creek Valley to us. It smells like berry jam. It smells like this terroir of leather. Like all true Zinfandels, they're pretty soft and plush for a red wine. And this one is no exception. It really coats the mouth and the whole palate of amazing fruit flavors that just linger all the way into the finish. But it's backed up with this amazing acidity that makes you want to go in for another sip. Such a beautiful wine.